everybody, and welcome to another episode of Cape Rugby TV. On a weekly basis, we take a look at what's happening in the world of Western Province Club Rugby. Big thanks to our partners on board with us, Score Energy Drinks. As you know, of course, Score on board with Western Province Club Rugby and the Western Province Club Rugby 7s. You can win yourself a case of Score during the course of the show, so make sure that you keep watching to find out how to do that. And of course, Eps25, our pharmacy. Folks, we've got a jam-packed show for you this evening. It's in fact so full, we're not quite sure how we're going to squeeze it all together. We, again, take a look at what's happening with our Western Province Rugby women's squad. We'll catch up with some of the players behind the scenes. We'll catch up with Danelle Rousseau, the DHL Western Province Women's Rugby team manager. We're going to speak to Jerome Parvater about the under-20s and their progress. Some of the players, of course, with the junior box at the moment. We also interview some of the under-20 players at the High Performance Centre. And we'll catch up with the Currie Cup side, the DHL Western Province Currie Cup side. Some of the players behind the scenes, they've of course just got their Currie Cup season underway. We'll speak to Labib Levy, DHL Western Province Rugby skills coach, during that interview. And then very much on the club side, we're going to catch up with Jonathan Avald from False Bay. He's going to tell us what they've been up to. And Gino Topley from Titans Rugby Football Club has got a fantastic new initiatives that involves education and employment through local business partners at Titans Rugby Football Club. So folks, we have got a very full show for you this evening, so make sure that you don't go away. But as always, we get the ball rolling with footage from behind the scenes as our DHL Western Province Rugby women's side carries on training.
I mean, it's a good thing to be playing rugby again. The preparation has been really hard on everyone, especially not having a lot of breaks in between, but we're putting in the hard work and we've got a goal in sight and we're just going to keep on doing what we can. Yeah, I mean, it's good. We're getting on form, which is a really nice thing to see. We're all putting a lot of hard work here at the training fields, and we're just going to keep on doing what we can and not getting too ahead of ourselves. The ladies here, they're all amazing. There's a lot of experience around, so I'm constantly learning, which is such a good thing, especially not being in the setup for a long time. So I'm just glad to be here and learning a lot.
We're happy that we're playing rugby again. It's been a while because of this COVID thingy. We didn't play for last year, the whole year, so we've been missing this. So the time that we heard that we're coming back to the field, we were ready to come. So that's why we're not giving back. Guys, these young children, they are showing up like they want to do this. They have a heart of a rugby. It's not the way that they are still young, but in the field, you can't say that because they play rugby as a senior lady. So you can't even recognize this one is still young, this one is still old. No, they just play rugby.
Die meisies sit hulle alles in. Ek meen, om vir 7 weke aan een te speel en oefen, druk jouself. Okay, daar is beserings en so aan, maar net daai motivation wat jy het om jouself hier bevel te kry, X week om weer aan te gaan en net 'n sjallare week in te sit, is great. Ja nee, die eerste helfte was 'n klomp errors geweest. Okay, maar so die tweede helfte het ons het opgetel en 'n bietjie reggemaak daar wat ons die bolle getrap het, maar die tweede helfte was great. Ja, die comeback is altyd ek voel die eerste helfte was 'n warm-up vir ons geweest en ja, tweede helfte het ons in. Wat is gou vir bolle aan huis toe.
Het is nice om te zien dat die jong span opkomt. Voor ons voelt het like meer als, kijk, wat ons ook begonnen het, was het like voor ons, het was bang om seniors te zijn, allemaal is bang om seniors te zijn. Maar wanneer jij geleerd om jezelf te bewijzen, dan geef je kans. En als het niks om dit te exploderen. Van, ik denk als bias jongelingen wat nog woken speel. En ik moet zeggen, die competitie is baie hoog dit jaar. Maar zo meer je druk, zo meer je jezelf kan bewijzen, die uitskiet. Ja, so ons sien definitief uit. Onthou, OP is wat dat dit maklik gelyk teen ons, maar OP wil dit ook nog steeds hê. So dit gaan nie maklik is ja, so ons dinge gaan maklik, dit gaan glad nie maklik is nie. Maar ons sien uit.
Great to see our Western Province Rugby women's side in such positive spirits. Of course, back-to-back wins for them now as they come off their win against Boland over the weekend. But on the line with me now, Nell Rousseau, Danelle Rousseau, DHL Western Province Rugby women's side team manager, back on the line. Hello, Danelle. How are things there with you?
Good evening, JP. It's very well on your side.
Yep, no, well, I think it's as we keep all saying, you know, it's all one day at a time. Everything over the last 18 months, is it 18 months now, has been one day at a time. And I think I've repeated that to everybody every time they ask me, how are you and how things going, we say one day at a time. But I would imagine for you as the team manager, you also have to think about those things. You've got to think about all those different dynamics, one day at a time. The player dynamics change, the venue could change, everything's been different and challenging. Has it been an interesting ride for you as the team manager?
Definitely, it's definitely interesting and challenging at the same time. I mean, my management and players knows that my whole thing that I always tell them is we work with what we have. So if something throws a spanner in the wheel, we work with what we have. Recently, we had a venue change, you know, with very short notice. And, you know, things happen. Players get injured, you know, on number 99. Players needs to be rested. A lot of things happen. But I truly agree with you that the last 18 months or so have been very challenging, but we've got a lot to be grateful for. And as a team, we feel that we get the opportunity to play the game so much.
We haven't spoken to you now in the direct interview. I know we interviewed you on the side of the field last week, but we didn't do the online interview with you last week. But that, if we just look at the last two games, the Bulls ladies side at Newlands, you said that they were going to be coming, that they had an axe to grind. They were going to be coming for you guys, hammer and tongs. But yeah. Western Province put in a fantastic performance. You must be happy with that.
I'm very happy with that. I must say, JP, the first half I think was a bit of a concern. It could have gone away. But yeah, the girls pulled through. They really gave it their all. Yeah. And I'm super proud of them. And I think the Blue Bulls as well. I mean, kudos to them. They play a very, very good game. And I know that they came guns blazing. And at the day, we were the better team on the field. Very grateful for that.
Well, over the weekend, you took that momentum into the Boland rugby game where it was also a slow start. But after that, it was, well, all systems go for Western Province again.
No, definitely. I mean, our defense has been very strong, and I mean, Boland, they played Deminal. She was the player who scored against us, and she hit the gap perfectly. And then, yeah, the team decided that's it. So we picked it up. We got the defense together. We got the ball through the hands. We had 10 tries, 11 tries. One was a penalty try. So we are grateful. Really. It might not seem that hard, but on the field, on the day, it is challenging. It was hard. And but I'm very proud of my management team, my sport, the conditions, Brandon Isaacs. You know, if you hear any commentary in any of the streamed games, you will hear it's Brandon time now, which means that is when they get the energy that pulls them through, the extra hours they put in, you know, into the conditioning and the fitness, and it really, really works. I mean, we've been challenged with whatever can come our way. You would have seen that we've rested a lot of players this weekend as well. A lot of other players have stepped up this weekend, and I feel like I said before, there's no one player that makes them, and I think Western Province just proved that we really, really were a squad of low players this year.
Tell us about this weekend's coming game now.
This weekend we're traveling. I was actually thinking about it this whole week. There's only one team that caused a major upset in this competition, and that's the EP Queens when they beat her 2 weeks ago. So we will be traveling to them this coming weekend. We will play on Saturday at 3 o'clock. And like I say every week, like I'm on repeat, we treat every game like a final. We're ready for them. We're looking forward to this game. And like always, Western Province will give their utmost best on the field.
Now we leave it at that. We can't wait for the next result. We're sure you're going to make it 8 out of 8. Best of luck to everybody out there, and send them our best. And of course, remember, stay safe.
Thank you so much. Same to you, JP. Take care.
There we go, folks. Nell Rousseau, of course, the team manager for the DHL Western Province Rugby Women's side. Always great to be catching up to find out how the team is doing. And yeah, we've got our full they've got our full support, and we of course know that the ladies are really putting in a lot of effort. We'll take an ad break. When we come back from the break, we'll carry on talking about club rugby. Back in a sec. Welcome back, folks. You're watching Cape Rugby TV. JP Nordia here. We keep carry on talking about club rugby. Right, we went down to the High Performance Centre to catch up with the under-20s and some of the players behind the scenes. They're of course busy training at the moment at the High Performance Centre, while some of the players are away with the Junior Springboks. Let's take a look at what's happening behind the scenes there with the players, and after that we'll catch up with Jerome Parvat to tell us more about their training.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, last time I got a proper run out was when I was in matric, and I'm in second year now. So yeah, even just being able to train, and even though we haven't had proper games yet, it's just the training, being in another team environment, and being able to push for something or a goal in mind that's going to better not just you but other players. I was speaking to Coach Kabamba last week, and he was just asking me what's made me the most pleased about being in this province setup, and it's just that there's that constant pressure on you to be better and to improve yourself, because there's 5 other guys who can take my position in the space of a week. So it's had to be a thing of studying my game, speaking to coaches, and that's for everyone. It's just we have to step our level up every single week.
It's exciting to play out here with the boys, challenging the big boys, like we say, like the S11 team. That was like the best challenge I had like in my whole rugby career, basically. So that's for me, like, to see where I am as an individual against those scrummers. Playing under these coaches like means a lot to you, because like you just like, they try to get the best out of you all the time, and training on the ground that the Stormers train, it's always good to see the boys, the big boys training, and where you can learn from what they do.
I don't know, it feels amazing, because, you know, as we spend like a whole lockdown, you know, like through at home, you know, for much of us, you know, we didn't even have access to the gym, so we were just doing some push-ups at home, and, you know, like getting back, seeing the boys again, you know, like the best thing, just like getting back, you know, seeing your boys again, like training with them, just getting the gears again up, you know, because we really like miss that brotherhood. Yeah, looking forward, because good. We personally now, as the under-20 side, we're working toward, you know, the team like selection for the under-20 tournament that's coming up now in August. But yeah, we all want, you know, to work like through that, you know, like maybe impress the coaches, impress like selectors, like to get a call up or something. But I'm looking like for, we have a very like solid team in my head, like one of the players that I played with also in Lavazika, like Jason. It's going to look good. I'm very excited to talk for the boys and all that. And sitting all about to relax.
Yeah, it's a massive difference. The drive is a bit different, because now you can see the light at the end of the tunnel. At the beginning, we couldn't really see what the plan is, what's going on. Now you're going to have a competition, but now we're like 5-6 weeks out of the competition. So the boys are excited, and, you know, the vibe is there. So yeah, no, it's amazing. Like getting back on like the 4 white lines, it's amazing. Like that's all you look forward to during the year. of course some of us are studying, so it's good to get a break from it, and it is a dream to play the game. With this COVID, you never know like when it can be taken away from you again, so I think everyone's just excited to be on the field. And yeah, I know it was amazing like playing. It was probably I think my second or third time playing in Western Province colours, so it was amazing to actually just the privilege of playing for them, and secondly just playing against, we were playing under 20s, we were playing against senior team, so just the privilege of playing, measuring yourself against older guys, your strength, and seeing that you're actually capable of playing at that level. So I think it was good.
Welcome back, folks. Right, we carry on talking club rugby. Of course, we know that the under-20s are back in action. As you know, a lot of those under-20s played in the Varsity Cup. They're back now. And, of course, some of the Western Province players, the under-20 players, are playing in the international, the South Africa, as part of the junior box squad. Joining me on the line to tell me a little bit more about the under-20 structures and how things are going, Jerome Parvater. Jerome, nice to have you back, meneer. Hoe lyk dinge daar?
No, good to be back, and good to have this nice weather.
Yes, it is great. It's pouring at the moment. We did an interview a little bit earlier on with Labib Levy at the High Performance Centre, and it was absolutely gushing down where we could hardly hear him. But it's good. It's good for Cape Town. It's good altogether. Jerome, the under-20s, you've got a couple of players with the SA squad at the moment, and you guys are currently getting ready for the under-20 Currie Cup.
Yeah, JP, we're blessed. We have 9 players in the SA squad currently playing. And yeah, so we're blessed with that, guys. And we're also blessed with a bigger squad training and playing now. So yeah, we're very happy with where we are at the moment.
You've had a couple of practice sessions against, I know that you played against S11 in Heidelberg. You've been playing against, I think last week you played against the Academy squad. How's the preparations going?
No, JP, yeah, because of some of the guys, not all of the guys played in the Varsity Cup, so we had a different approach to our how we run our pre-season this year. Because a lot of these guys come from school and they haven't played rugby last year. So we played about 6 games so far. And yes, last week we played against the Western Province Academy in Stellenbosch. We went to Stellenbosch. Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised by what they're doing there and the team that they have and their structures. So they gave us a good run for our money.
Jerome, just a final question. You did a few weeks ago high performance coaching courses with Rito Klongwane, and then of course another one with Davy Snyman. The clubs, have you got any more high performance coaching courses coming up for the club coaches?
Yeah, exactly, JP. I'm looking to do one next week because of the break in the club rugby now. So whenever there's a break, then because the clubs were quite busy playing friendlies and they were going to play in the league now. So I just gave them a bit of time to recover. And yeah, from next week onwards, we're going to start with that sessions again.
It's good news for the clubs. At least they managed to keep their high performance on the edge, and great to see that the clubs, of course, getting that sort of expertise from you guys at Western Province. Jerome, we'll leave it at that. It's nice catching up with you. It's so easy to do it so quickly. We also know that you have got a bit of a leg injury at the moment after one of your. You've been scrumming again. We could not keep you out of the forwards, apparently, as an 8th man, and we hope that you recover soon.
Yeah, thanks, JP. I must say it's getting better. You can't get used to crutches, but it's getting better.
We'll leave it at that. We're not going to ask too many of the details, Jerome. We'll say in the meantime, we just say to you, stay safe out there. And we know that you guys are working so hard to keep the clubs active and, of course, the players entertained and motivated. We know it's difficult, and we'll keep following the progress and try and keep you guys showcasing the good work that you're doing. Let's put it that way. Until we get you back in the studio one day.
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to go back to the studio, JP.
Thanks, Jerome. There we go, folks. of course, our under-20s, of course, a lot of them, 9 of them, in fact, as you heard there, currently busy with the junior Springboks. We can't wait to get them back, as, of course, our under-20s prepare for the upcoming under-20 Currie Cup. Looking forward to that. Right, folks, well, as you know, on a weekly basis, we take a look at what's happening at MChem 24-hour pharmacy. And as you know, now it is winter time, and you really need to be getting a grip on the flu out there, you know, so it is flu season. And of course, speaking to the experts at MChem 24-hour pharmacy, they will tell you that the World Health Organization strongly supports the administration of flu vaccinations during the COVID-19 pandemic, and that preventing and reducing the severity of illness associated with flu will ease the burden on patients and the country's healthcare system. So if you are thinking about getting your flu vaccination, then MChem 24-hour pharmacy is the place to go. And of course, you can do that 7 days a week from 8 a.m. through to 8 p.m. in the evening. And as I've told you, there are nursing sisters on duty at MChem. There's expert advice. And of course, I've told you this before, just how convenient it is. It is just off the N1 on the corner of Durban Road and the N1, and you just drive into MChem, park in the free parking, walk inside, and someone's going to help you straight away. And the fantastic thing about getting your flu vaccination now is that there is no appointment needed, so you don't have to stand in long queues, you don't have to wait around for a long time. You can simply walk right in, and one of the helpful staff at MChem will be to help you pretty much straight away. Well, that's pretty much my experience. When I walk into MChem, somebody's always getting to me straight away and saying, "Can I help you?" That really is how we have gotten to know MChem over the years. And as I've said on many occasions, MChem is always aiming for the gold standard. Of course, MChem 24-hour pharmacy is always open just for you. We'll take an ad break. When we come back from the break, we carry on talking about club rugby. Back in a sec. Welcome back, folks. Cape Rugby TV. Nice to have you along. Right, well, of course, the DHL Western Province Currie Cup side has been in action. They got their campaign started over the weekend, and they're in fact playing tonight. We managed to catch up with some of the players behind the scenes, as well as this afternoon we spoke to Labib Levy. We go behind the scenes now with some of the players, and then we'll catch up with the interview with Labib Levy.
Yeah, I mean, just what a privilege. I think it's been a long, hard wait. I think for everybody who's wanting to get on the field, who shares the love of the game. So yeah, super excited to be back. And yeah, as I say, it's an absolute privilege. Yeah, geez, it's been so lacquer, such a change, but a good change. I think we often talk about the shift between 7s and 15s, and you know, which way is it harder to go to 7s or go to 15s? But I think, to be honest, neither's a joke. I think to be back in the 15 setup, I mean, for Province for taking me is, you know, as I said, it's a privilege. Hopefully get some game time if I can. Managed to play against S11 2 weekends ago, and I mean, yeah, very different environment, but neither better or worse, just very different, and really trying to do my best to adapt and stick into the structures, because I think, you know, in the long haul, I think 15s is always a good option for anyone exiting the 7s game. Yeah, geez, how awesome. I mean, I didn't actually think, if I thought back a year ago, it's a good saying, as one door closes, another one opens. And yeah, just what an amazing feeling. I played for Western Province in my younger years, and to be included in somewhat in the training group of the Senior Currie Cup side is an absolute privilege, and what a feeling. I think I would never have thought I'd be here today, but just going to grab this opportunity with both hands when it comes.
Yeah, you know, definitely good to be back. Was quite injured for 2 months with a broken finger, so I had to go through rehab, and got a bit sick for a couple of weeks, so I was quite dedicated to get back, and finally now with the Currie Cup starting, we got back onto the pitch and just trying to get fit again. Rainbow Cup and Currie Cup clashing is, I think, challenging, but also a great opportunity for the guys who haven't been playing a lot of rugby as what they would have wanted to in the past 2 years, and now we get the chance to kind of rotate between players and give players a show. Everyone wants an opportunity to prove themselves to be that permanent starter, and I guess now the Currie Cup is the perfect time, while the national side is away, perfect time to showcase our talents.
Yeah, it's always nice to be here. I mean, I'm surrounding yourself with the best players in the world or in the country, and it's always good running out on the training field with them. So yeah, I'm happy to be part of this team and part of the squad. Yeah, we wanted to win. We told ourselves last week that we're gonna go up there and we give him no breathing space. That's our new theme. Give him no breathing space. I mean, that's what we did. We went out there. We wanted to dominate every part of the field. So yeah, really happy for the boys. And now we're coming up Wednesday against the Lions. We're gonna do the same thing. So yeah. There's quite a few of the senior players gone with the Springboks as well, and the Rainbow Cup and the Currie Cup mixing together. So it's a real good opportunity for the youngsters to come through and just to take the opportunity with both hands and to show what they got.
Ja, in die hele pandemic en isolations en goed, het was maar die boys bietjie frustreerd. Het was nie lekker om nie te weet wanneer jy weer op die veld gekom het. En nou wat ons weer op die veld is en weer lekker speel, ja, dat is een beter gevoel as dit. Ja, eerstens het ek gedink, ja, ons het nie geweet wat voor lê nie en is lekker om weer die Currie Cup is een van die grootste kompetisies in die wêreld. So ons is eers net dankbaar dat ons kan speel en ja, die game teen die Bulls. Seker 'n paar klein goedjies wat hier ons kant toe gegaan het, maar ek dink die boys was happy met die wen en ons weet nou waant om te werk vorentoe. So basically ja, die Lions is een van die min spanne wat baie bokke verloor het, so hulle het 'n sterk span en ek dink dis 'n goeie span om mee nou te meet met ons wat baie jong spelers ook in het. Die Bulls het nou laas week hulle hele span gehad by die Rainbow Cup final, so die week ek dink môre se game is actually 'n goeie game om onsself te meet en te weet waar staan.
Welcome back, everybody. It's Cape Rugby TV. Nice carrying on talking with you. Of course, as you know, we also talk about the extensions of club rugby, and it extends into the Currie Cup as well, where many of the club rugby players will eventually end up playing for the under-20s or in the Currie Cup, or perhaps for the Stormers, as they, of course, head towards playing for the Springboks. Well, we hope. On the line with me now, we haven't spoken to him for a while now, Labib Levy, skills coach for the Western Province Currie Cup side. Labib, welcome back.
Thanks, JP, man. It's nice to be back. It's nice to see that there's still some activity happening out there on your side and on the club rugby scene, even though COVID's hit us again, but at least there's been a little bit of visibility over the last couple of weeks.
Slightly different dynamics for you guys now. You come out of the Super Rugby series. I'm not sure if we call it that still, but playing against the other some of the other franchises, and now it's Currie Cup. You've come off your first success already now for the Currie Cup against the Bulls. You guys must be happy about that. Yeah,
obviously the Bulls were obviously the second team, but it's just the nature of the beast, the luck of the draw, or their success mean that we had opportunity to play against a supposed weaker team, which also brought some pressure to us, but we managed to pull it off, and we're on the board, and we're playing the Lions later on today, this evening.
From a skills perspective, are you happy with the skills level? You still got some polishing to do? It's an ongoing job.
It's an ongoing job. I don't think you can ever, any coach will ever be happy for where he is. We are trying some new things in terms of how we're managing our program, how we tweaking our week, how we implement skills. And it's not just passing, catching skills. There's obviously contact skills, there's breakdown skills, there's ball carrying skills. So we look what the team needs, also the direction we want to take the game. You know, if you want to speed the game up, you need to work on breakdown skills to get the ball out quicker. If you want to have more contesting in your kicking game, then example the wing, the back three need to work on their catching skills. Or if you're kicking, then you must work on your contesting on their ball skills. Because we've also received we've had some discussion with Springbok management, etc., and they've also had their way how they planning to play, or what type of skills they're looking at, and we're trying to integrate some of that into our play. Not everything, but to integrate that into our play, so that our play that are doing duty on national duty can enhance their opportunities and their chances as well.
From a management perspective, a few weeks ago, well, a few months ago, I think we had Rito Klongwane on the show. We know that you guys have been doing some high performance stuff. So you've got Davis Neumann and of course Dobbo there. How are you guys from a management perspective? There's a bit of a shift now in terms of moving from one competition format into another competition format.
It's like being on a treadmill and then not even getting off the one treadmill to get onto the other treadmill. You're just moving between comps, because we played one comp last week and then automatically we were into another comp on Saturday, and because we're playing the new comp in third week in September, and we want the Currie Cup double round, so there's not enough Saturday, so we're playing. We played Saturday, then we played today this evening. We don't play next Saturday, but then we play next Wednesday as well. So it's.
Is that very disruptive from a conditioning point of view? I mean, we spoke to Nell Rousseau, the manager of the DHL West Bromwich Rugby women's squad, and they are currently going back-to-back matches every Saturday, home and away, home and away. They started their pre-season conditioning luckily well in advance, and she was saying that it's that sort of conditioning preparation from Western Province that has managed to keep them at the level that they've been. I would imagine for you guys having such a disruptive schedule. You're saying one day you play on a Saturday, then you play on a Wednesday, and it's from one competition to the next competition. That must be it must be very tough on you guys from a conditioning point of view.
Yeah, the women used to have 1 week on, 1 week off, 1 week on, 1 week off. So they've got weekly, which is probably our normal. But the new normal is we're playing today. So today is actually a Saturday. Tomorrow is effectively your Sunday, your day off, and a traveling day. And then Friday's coming now is your. So we train Friday and Saturday. We'll give the guys off Sunday. And then next Monday is our last training session, and the captains on Tuesday, and then we play Wednesday. So from a management perspective, we have to be disruptive. We have to be creative in how we manage the weekly program. Like example, the teams in Pretoria on Saturday, we didn't fly back because we're playing Lions today. We just stayed there. So that's also disruptive, those small decisions we have to make as to what's be better. But from a conditioning perspective, we've got our sports scientists and MC Kutsi and Rifat Jappi from a conditioning perspective. So they give the coaches numbers that you need to hit in terms of meters per session, the assist too much, assist too high, prevent injury, as well as to peak on game day.
Labib, we'll leave it at that. We know that you've got to get back to the field now. Of course, this interview has been pre-recorded, and we know it's game day for you guys today. So thanks for joining us. So hopefully the weather plays a ball for you guys today, and we wish you best of luck and hopefully catch up again soon.
Yeah, thanks, man. I'm looking forward to catching up again. Have a great day further, JP, and the viewers.
There we go, folks. Labib Levy, of course, DHL Stormers, DHL Western Province Rugby skills coach. And as you heard me say there, we pre-recorded this. Of course, we hope that they had a good result today then. Folks, we'll take an ad break. When we come back from the break, we carry on taking a look what's happening in the world of club rugby. Back in a sec. Welcome back, folks. On the line with me now, Jono van der Walt, of course, head coach of False Bay Rugby Football Club. Haven't spoken to Jono for a while. It's long overdue. Jono, nice to get you back on the line. How are things there with you, man? Yeah?
Hey, JP, how's it going? Thanks for having me, and lucky to be back, yeah?
Yeah, we haven't spoken to you for a while now. Of course, we've been watching from the outside. I think the last time we spoke, the big challenge was simply just to group the players so that you can get them back on the training. And I think possibly at that stage you were still busy in your phase one of the return to training. Back there now. Yes,
I mean that was almost 16 weeks ago. Like I'd almost say about a good 4 or 5 months ago, and we since then had some chuckers, and we've had 3 or 4 warm-up games, and we were literally the night before we were meant to start the league game. The kind of rug got pulled up basically underneath us, and like you say, we're kind of back into phase one training, and it all feels a little bit strange at the moment.
So you've gone through a bit of a process. We know that during COVID you were doing everything in your power to keep the club connected, to keep the players connected. I think we see it on the top here, staying connected. This is the idea, is to keep everybody informed that club rugby continues in some sort of shape or form. You managed to do that very successfully. You managed to come up with all the initiatives to simply survive during the COVID lockdown period when it was so bad, with all sorts of outreach projects. You were coming up with WhatsApp groups, you were sending things on Facebook. Is that still carrying on?
Yes, JP, very much so. It's almost, it's amazing how humans and obviously players and coaches, we just managed to adapt. So we still adhere to protocols. We arrive, there's no water bottles, we sanitize, we keep our distance, we're still in small groups. We don't have very lengthy jersey handover and team meetings where obviously we're stuck in rooms and change rooms for long periods of time. So guys are just adapted and we've got on with it. It's still rugby at the end of the day. So yeah, I must say everything is still a big buzz. The numbers and the depth are still great. So yeah, and everybody's just hungry for rugby. Yeah?
So one of the good examples that I saw of that was I saw an Instagram post this past weekend of all the players with, well, not all of the players, but some of the players as a part of the Father's Day celebration with dads with their sons and daughters looked like.
Yes, again, like many clubs in the Western Cape, False Bay is a family club and a working man's club, and it's just great that all the players could celebrate Father's Day again with family and loved ones.
It takes a bit of time. It takes a bit of effort to do that, though. I mean, every player in that collage photograph that we saw, every player had to take the time to get this favorite photo and then WhatsApp it to somebody.
Yes, look, we're very lucky and blessed with the general technology of today, and guys giving up their time for social media clips and adverts and Instagram and Facebook and all of the rest. And again, False Bay just loves getting involved. And again, we just love spreading the gears, JP.
Jono, you've also have managed to play 1 or 2 games. How's that gone for you?
Yeah, we've been very happy. We are always, especially in Jan, Feb, March, we like to look at everybody at the club, and we have a lot of under-20s that come up. We have a lot of new people that join our club every single year. We also have a lot of players that leave, they go overseas, they play Varsity Cup. So it's very important every single year that us as coaches, we basically get to have a look at all of the players. So we work with very big squads generally. So for our chuckers and our warm-up games, we had 15, 16 debutants to the first side and many players in the second and third side. And yeah, we're just very lucky enough to come away with the win. But, you know, we also say that we kind of don't win by accident, and that just means because we put in the hard work and we train.
It is now, we're back to lockdown, we're back to, call it the phase 1 scenario. Are you managing now? Have you kind of re-looked the approach now of trying to keep the guys in shape, pending any sort of announcement which might come at a later stage? I know that was something you were working hard on, was just trying to keep the levels at a certain level that when the green light is given that they're ready to go.
Yes, JP, it's very challenging and difficult, just purely from a motivational point of view. You know, everybody can come to gym or go to CrossFit and they can train and be happy, but it's very difficult to motivate a rugby player to train for something when you don't know when the next game or the league is going to be. Because ultimately, all the rugby player wants to do is play rugby games. Doesn't really want to train. We all just want to play rugby. And you know, when we don't know when there's a friendly or when the league starts, it becomes very difficult to motivate. So we've had to take another step back again. We've had to drop a field session. We've had to drop our intensity and our volume. And we're just going to, once again, just kind of enjoy each other's company, make sure that we're healthy and we're fit. And that if any of us get sick, to make sure that we're strong enough to fight it off.
Yeah. Jono, we're going to leave it at that. I'll say thanks for the catch-up. I'm sure we could have spent another hour talking about the dynamics of club rugby. As always, it's great to watch the Bay from the outside and how much activity, especially on the social media. You guys really do find all sorts of creative ways to keep the guys connected. And we're from the outside here, it's great to know that the ball is still rolling.
Yes, JP, we're always trying to be innovative. We're always trying to come up with something new and different. And that's what's great about club rugby, that everybody, whether you're in the 6th team or the under-20Bs, has got a voice and have something to say. And if you can contribute to the club, well, then you've got a place at False Bay.
A place at False Bay, always a place at False Bay. Great to hear when our club guys are talking so positively. So thanks, Jonathan van der Walt, of course, head coach at False Bay Rugby Football Club. We look forward to following more progress. Right, folks. Well, as you know, of course, Score Energy Drinks is, of course, on board with the Western Province Club Rugby and the Western Province Club Rugby Sevens. And if you want to win yourself our regular triple hamper, which is, of course, the case of Score Energy Drinks, a case of Bashu's Cool Drinks, as well as a set of Cape Rugby TV masks, courtesy of CTC Sports, then all you need to do is go to our Facebook page, www.facebook.com/Cape Rugby TV, and answer our easy weekly question. It's very simple. All you need to do is check the question on a weekly basis. And of course, as you know, we've been looking at questions from the 2019 season, the results there. The questions have been very easy. And our last question was, in fact, who won the top 9 competition in 2019? And the correct answer was Albions. And so congratulations to Alessandro Hoffman. Alessandro, you walk away with a case of Score Energy Drinks, a case of Bashu's Cool Drinks, as well as a set of Cape Rugby TV masks. We will, of course, get hold of you on Facebook Messenger so that you can collect your prize. But right, folks, as I said then, if you want to put yourself in the mix to win a case of Score Energy Drinks, a case of Bashu's Cool Drinks, as well as a set of Cape Rugby TV masks, courtesy of CTC Sports, then just go to our Facebook page, www.facebook.com/Cape Rugby TV. We'll take an ad break. When we come back from the break, we'll catch up with Gino Topley from Titans. He's going to tell us a little bit about campaigns that they're busy running at Titans Rugby Football Club. They're specifically now looking at local business, including education and employment. Be back in a sec. Welcome back, everybody. It's Cape Rugby TV, of course, every week, Wednesday at 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. and then again on Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. You'll, of course, remember that a few weeks ago we spoke to Gino Topley from Titans Rugby Football Club. In fact, Gino spoke to us on a number of occasions during the lockdown period as well. Gino's back on the line with us. Gino, you've taken things to the next level at Titans Rugby Football Club now, and of course, we see now that you are collaborating with local business to get them involved with your club for the sake of looking after your members and the community. And of course, now this involves education and employment. Gino, welcome back. How are things with you?
Good to be back, JP. Thank you very much for the opportunity again. Just cold here in Cape Town, I guess, everywhere. But yeah, holding in there.
Yeah, so Gino, the last time we spoke, well, I mean, I know we've spoken quite a lot. You were, of course, very active over the last 18 months, joining us like we've had so many of the other clubs. And one of the concepts and one of the projects that you did was the Noodle Run, where you're doing things for your players. You've taken things to the next level now, partnering with Iceberg Aircons.
Oh, yes. You can say partnership, collaboration, sponsorship. You know, we never actually put a name or tag to it yet. But yes, things are growing. The main reason, or just to bring back to why this is happening, it's not really regarding the sponsorship when it comes to, you know, normal things, jerseys, having your name out there and all of those little things. Something different. On the previous shows, can't really pinpoint what one it was, but we said we had the kind of problems where, you know, with COVID, with everything that is happening, leaving people in our community, in our club, and of course the rest of South Africa and everywhere else, people will eat hard. And we had our plan A that we're going to try and help these people get jobs, or let's see if they are having ideas to actually build something at home for themselves, to feed their families, do something in the community, and said, you know what, we'll try and, you know, organize something and see where Titans can fall in. Did it help? Little bit, so we needed to up it a bit more, and that's just where Iceberg comes in. With the knowledge and the growth that they had endured over the, I would say, the last 10 years, and me being a part of it, I would say it's just the growth and the knowledge that we can just take from this and give it over to Titans and then use it in that regard. And with that came with this unemployment and youth development drive that we sat down with Icebergs, you know, try and get either the Titans or the community guys who is unemployed, the youth there that is struggling to find jobs and all of those things. Like, where can we help in that regard? So what Iceberg threw on the table is that in the past, they normally had causes where businesses and everybody got involved to say, you know what, we'll teach them the trade. These causes can go up to about 6,000-7,000 rand per cause. So, of course, they don't have that money to pay it. So we came up with it. You know what? The youth development structure, the boss is it comes from that kind of roots, you know. So to kind of give back in some sense, he made those causes available to the unemployed youth of Titans as well as the community and whoever else that wants to be part of it. 50% of those seats will now be available to them at no cost at all.
Wow,
teaching
fantastic.
them the trade, getting them the causes done, and then they'll have that behind the name. The best part of that as well is that Iceberg will then handpick those that, of course, pass the course, like it is with everything else, to either stay at the company or even better yet, we have a vast experience, knowledge, and all of that about the industry that we want to grow, that we will get them into those businesses. And, you know, at the end of that, you know, the other part reason why we brought Titans involved is that, again, the things with funding, we're really much old school regarding your fees, your registration fees, and all of those sort of things. So you can't really generate or build a club around people that's, you know, can't give back in the sense of your funding and stuff like that. So you need to look like a club and all of those things. So that is the type of thing that we were also looking at.
So Titans currently partnering with Iceberg Air Conditioners.
Yes.
You're looking at an education model as well as an employment model.
Yes.
That's fantastic stuff. I mean, it's great stuff, Gino, and it's great to see how local business can get involved with the club structures. But we believe you've also got a noodle run coming up, another noodle run.
Yes, we do. We were wanting to do something in the old soup sense. You know, it is winter. Everybody would want a little cup of that. But we had a word on Monday that one of the areas close to Titans Rugby Field was Pumlani. Fires devastated that, I don't know how many homes, I don't know how much people it affected, but it was a lot. And then we changed the idea that we need to focus then on that particular place in our community. So we're going to be doing the noodle run, and it could feed up to about 1,200 to 1,500 people on that day. And then we again looking to, you know, carry on from there, but this is our main focus. And again, we just have Busy Corner to thank for all of this because it was an idea. We dropped this on the table.
You know, you're doing the noodle run this Saturday again in conjunction with Busy Corner.
Yes, correct. That is correct, yeah. Now, regarding the noodle run and all the food sponsorships we've been doing, Busy Corner has been the forefront of it all the time.
You know, that's incredible stuff. We will, of course, hope that you send us a lot of photographs and a lot of pictures so we can give a lot of exposure for the fantastic work that you're doing. And we're specifically looking forward to finding out more about this initiative with Iceberg, of where you are looking at employment and, well, not only employment, education and employment. Gino, I take my top hat off to you, Mr. Topley. you and your team, you really guys have really taken advantage of working out how to offer an opportunity for local business for the best interest of your members, and we can't wait to see the progress and growth.
No, it can just go bigger from here. At the end of the day, like I will always tell my team, we have nothing to lose because we started with nothing. You know, little things there that the how can I say, Iceberg and Busy Corner that can help us. We do our little part in the sense of exposure and also helping in them in any way they would actually, you know, want us to do so. But yeah, we're looking forward to Saturday. The causes is happening on Saturday. The noodle run is happening on Saturday. Then after this, hopefully rugby does begin again. So yeah, we can put this aside, not for a very good long while, but yeah, we are a club to play rugby at the end of the day.
That's great stuff, Gino. We'll catch up again soon. Really well done.
Not a worries, JP. Thanks very much, man.
Thanks, Gino. Gino Topley there, folks. Great initiative. Fantastic to see what our clubs can do, and building that relationship then with local business, and in this case, of course, education and employment, and of course the outreach project this coming weekend. So Gino, to you and your team, Fantastic stuff. Well done. Right, folks, that is a wrap from us this evening. I will just take this final opportunity to please remind you to stay safe out there, and of course remind you that it is absolutely vital that you follow all of the health and safety protocols. Wash your hands regularly. Absolutely make sure that you practice social distancing, and remember to wear that mask. And when you do wear this mask, and remember, it's not an option, you have to wear the mask. It is a legal requirement, and please wear the mask when you are wearing it to cover your mouth and your nose in the full manner, not halfway. Please do not wear the mask halfway. It needs to cover your mouth and your nose. Folks, we trust that you will stay safe out there. We will see you again next week, same time, same place. A fantastic rugby weekend. Bye-bye.